Hello everybody, how have you been doing? I'm Jonas Spy and I'm an English teacher in Supergoal language center. So right before we just simply try to get our video session started, I would like to let you know that hereafter Supergoal language center will be setting up this kinds of video classes helping you to be making progress in your language skill. Okay, so what I'd like to come up with today, that is the question. So let's just likely try to be saying some precise objective of our today's session. Since, as you can see on the screen, since what makes your language most interesting to listen to is the flow, being rich in words is called for. It is needed. You need to know as many words as you can. So today's class will be helping you to be dealing with these kinds of what? Problems. Problems of what? Words. Okay? Sometimes we may come across or we may fail to remember words while we are talking or while we are trying to be saying something. So, but this kinds of classes, or as I told you earlier on, the class that we're going to be having will be helping you to deal with these kinds of drawbacks. Okay, today we will be particularly trying to see of what? Adjectives. Words in every language are classified into different parts according to what they do in the sentence. In another word, according to their function. Yeah. What kind of words are said to be adjectives? That's the question. And how can we possibly be identifying adjective from our sentences? What do they do? What's their job? So, the adjectives that we're going to be trying to see today are normally used in spoken language. Okay? So, to just simply get your memory refreshed, let's try to check upon these adjectives that you can see as, on the screen. Adjectives often answers the question, what kind of? Check upon the examples. I have a father. Now, I have a father. It's a complete sense. It gives complete meaning. But do you have any idea what kind of father I have? Is there any word in this sentence giving you more information about the father? There is no any word. So the word that does so is said to be adjectives. Check upon the second sentence. I have a hot-tempered father. Now, this sentence gives you two possible information. First one, I have a father, and at the same time, what kind of father I have? Because there is a word giving you more information about what? My father. Which word is there? Think hot-tempered. Because of this kinds of words are said to be adjectives. So the adjectives that we're going to be trying to see today are ending in ed and ing. We'll be trying to see what I've been talking about in detail. Be patient, stay tuned. For example, let's try to see these two examples as you can see on the screen. Disgusted and disgusted. These two words are formed from a verb disgust by adding ed and what? ing. Now, let's try to see how this word can possibly be functioning as an adjective. Remember what I told you earlier on. It's not the pronunciation, it's not the spelling, it's not the meaning that makes the adjective or that classifies the words. It's a job. Okay? So, let's just simply try to see how this word answers the question. What kind of, how this word will give more information about what? The noun that is being talked about. The example is, I'm disgusted. See, I'm disgusted. So what kind of person do you think I am? Let me give you a clue. Most of the time, the adjectives in ed describe people having some kind of feeling inside. I repeat, most of the time, the adjectives ending in ed describe people, person, having some kind of feeling inside. So when I say I'm disgusted, the word disgusted tells you what kind of person I am. Because of this, it's said to be what? An adjective. But when we come to the meaning, what kind of person is said to be disgusted? Check upon my reaction. What kind of feeling do you think this kind of person usually develop inside? Let me give you a situation. For example, you're in a cafe with a friend and you really want to go to the toilet, and you just call the waiter to show you the toilet, and the waiter shows you the toilet. And the moment you see the toilet, the moment you react, so is it the toilet? I'm not going to be using this toilet. And you just get back. A friend asks us, what's wrong? You say, I'm disgusted. You see, disgusted is kind of word describing a person who has what? Unpleasant feeling. Unpleasant feeling, the person. But you do not just simply get what? Disgusted, unless there is something that makes you have that kind of feeling. What is that? The toilet. Now let's talk about the toilet. I think the toilet is what makes you have that kind of feeling. So what kind of toilet is there? To answer the question, what kind of? We need what? Another adjective. The toilet, or it is disgusting toilet. Now disgusting is said to be what? An adjective. Formed from a verb, disgust. But why is it said to be adjective? Because it tells us something about the toilet. It describes the toilet. It gives more information about the toilet. So disgusting toilet means what? Unpleasant toilet. Kind of toilet that makes you have some sort of what? Feeling that makes you be described by the adjective ending in ed. Okay? So mind you guys, there's a big difference. How would you understand this sentence? The toilet is disgusted. What if I describe the toilet by means of the adjective ending in ed? Come on, it's funny. That means the toilet itself gets what? Some kind of unpleasant feeling. Toilet cannot have what? Feeling. We human, I think, have only the feeling. So mind you, use the adjectives ending in ed, mostly for people, in ing, mostly for things, mostly for things, and sometimes for people. We'll be trying to see that it's wrong. Let's go to the second one. Tantalized and tantalizing. These two words are said to be adjectives, or they can possibly be functioning as an adjective. But tantalized in this ed, so it is used to be describing people. Tantalizing in this ing works for us. Okay? The sentence makes what I'm talking about more understandable. All the children are tantalized. Now, the word tantalized tells us something about the children. What kind of children are we talking about? Tantalized children. It answers the question what? What kind of? Because I'm trying to just simply help you get rid of confusion. It's not working as a verb. It sometimes works as a verb. Here, in this sentence, it functions as an adjective. Why? Because it tells us, it gives us more information about the children. What kind of people are said to be tantalized? Yeah, as I told you earlier on, people having some kind of feeling. But what kind of feeling? Beauty, tantalized, people develop. Let me give you a situation. For instance, you are passing by a butcher. You know, butcher, place to sell what? Meat. And you just simply cast your eyes on a red meat. And the first thing that you do is moistening your lips with your tongue. And the friend who you were with asks us, what's wrong? I'm tantalized. Now you can understand the feeling. From my reaction, you can understand the meaning of the word, tantalized. But you don't just simply get what? Tantalized. Unless there is something that makes you what? Have that kind of feeling. So the meat, what kind of meat is that? It's what? Tantalizing, or as you can see on the screen, it's a banana. What kind of banana is that? Tantalizing banana. But make sure you don't use the adjectives ending in ed for things place, because things have no feeling. For example, if you say the banana is tantalized, the banana itself sees another thing and it means what? No, it doesn't work. It's funny. Okay? Nice. Let's go to the third one. Excited and exciting. Excited for people, exciting for boss. You are excited. Your son's result is exciting. That means excited in the sense a person having some sort of what? Feeling, positive feeling, happy. And what makes you happy? You just describe it by the adjective ending in what? I-N-G. Whew. I'm excited. My son's result is exciting. Whew. I'm excited. The football result is exciting. But what if I say the football result is excited? Does it give a sense? Yes. The football result is excited means the football result itself has a feeling. No, focus for what? Human, sometimes for animal. The fourth example, dejected and dejected. The example makes the meaning of the words quite clear. He suddenly felt dejected when he heard the dejecting news. Let me show you the reaction. Now somebody shakes upon me. What's wrong? I'm dejected. Why? You see, you don't just simply get dejected, and there is something that makes you have that kind of feeling. But that thing is described by adjectives ending in ing and dejecting. The news is dejecting. Most of the time, dejecting is something making you feel what? Sadness. Dejected is a person with a feeling of what? Sadness. Person and a thing. Nice. Okay. Let's try to see some more examples. Exhausted, exhausted. I'm exhausted. This is the way exhausted people react. Why? Because my job is exhausted. By the way, sometimes we use the word exhausting for people. Haven't you ever come across people who all the time makes you what? Tired, who never listens what to do or what not to do? For example, a teacher. The teacher tells the students to do or not to do something over and over again, but the students never listen. Right after, the teacher gets what? Entirely tired. Because exhausted is a person who has consumed the entire energy that he or she has inside. It sometimes works for what? Mentally. The next word is confused. In what? Confusing. Don't just simply try to confuse what? This word is confusing. Confused means a person who does not understand something clearly. And something that is not exactly clear is said to be what? Confusing. Check out the examples, guys. Examples make the words have completely clear meanings. Teacher, would you please help me with the third question? I'm confused of it. Confused, the person. It's confusing question, confusing thing. And also, there are people who are really confusing, difficult to understand clearly, right? The last one, disappointed and disappointed. The example, none of the students answered the question that I have told them about over and again and again, repetitively. I have been disappointed in them, extremely what? Angry. The person was failed to get what he or she's been expecting in such a way that is really adequate, satisfying. Word is famous to tell how disappointing they are. They refers to what? The student. Sometimes people say, you are disappointing. That means you make me angry. Disappointing is a person who fails someone else. Nice. Okay, now you're going to be trying to take it off some assignments on your own. Okay? Check upon these words. Shocked, shocking, worried, worrying, tempted, tempted, scared, scaring, bored, boring, interested, interested. I just want you to be constructed a kind of sentence in which both adjectives in the and ing are used. If you do so, believe me, you'll be more familiarized with what we have been trying to discuss. Very good. The other assignment is all about using these words in spoken language. As you perceived, the adjectives that I have tried to come up with are not used in our day-to-day life activities. So this short video that you see on the screen is not complete. Now it's up to you to be completed, but you need to know which adjective given in the bracket better completes it. Alright? This exercise will be helping you to know whether or not you have understood what I have been talking about in such a way that is effective. Alright, first one. It's a conversation between Alex and Ben. Alex says, what's your opinion of SuperGo language center? Now, we really want us to know what kind of language center SuperGo is. What kind of? Now, Betty is about to be answering the question, what kind of? So, the word that she's going to be using is an adjective. The word that she's going to be using is an adjective giving us more information about the school. It is a blank school. It's blank school. Which adjective better complete the sentence? Fascinating or fascinated? What does the school denote? Things or people? Things. So for things, we cannot grammatically be using the adjectives ending in what? Ed. So I think fascinating is better. It's fascinating school. By the way, it's true. Right? So you can possibly be joining the school if you really want to have all kinds of teachers in flesh. Okay? And the conversation goes on. Are the classrooms blank? Now Alex wants us to know about what? Classrooms. Classrooms denote what? Things. So we still need an adjective ending in what? ing. Are the classrooms attractive? It works. Things. ing. Betty answers, absolutely. She also wants to give more information about the teachers in SuperGo language center. The teachers are also, I think the teachers are people. Now the adjective that we're going to be looking for in this is amazing. The teachers are also amazing. The teachers are also amazed. I think we're talking about where this conversation is all about what? SuperGo language center. We're talking about the qualification of the teachers. We are telling what kind of teachers there are in SuperGo language center. So amazing works. See, sometimes the adjectives in ing works for what? People. Amazed is a person who fails to believe something especially positive. Amazing is a person who others get what? Amazed, surprised. So if you came to SuperGo language center, you'll get amazed because we teachers are amazing. Sorry for overdoing myself, but this is what you can possibly be exercising. So I wish we could stay for a longer time, but the time is allowed. I will be trying to see you in another class. Thank you for your humble attention. Hope you have been paying me your complete attention. So try to check upon this video session again and again, and try to take it off. Exercise or assignment 1 on your own. Believe you me, you will be more adapted with what words and in your day-to-day life activities, exercise them. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye-bye.